Hello. So the first recommendation I have is related to learning. I know that as we proceed from March break now into the time that we were supposed to return to school, there's a lot of parents who are not only struggling with the idea that they're working from home, where everyone's in the home together, but now it starts, the reality that perhaps your child is not going to be receiving the same curriculum that they would be receiving if they were in school starts to set in. And for a lot of parents, that can create angst or anxiety, and that's understandable. People can start to worry about, what's happening to my child. Are they falling behind in their reading and their writing, their math skills? And I think it's important to acknowledge that that is happening in terms of the feelings that we're having in relation to not being in school. The one recommendation I would make related to this, and it's something that I actually do recommend often to parents who have children who struggle in a certain area. So let's say your child struggles with reading or struggles with writing or math. Oftentimes, over time, those children will start to really dislike doing those tasks because not only are they challenging, but they're quite frustrated with how their progress is going in those subjects. So one of the things that I would sort of caution parents about is in this time when there's some uncertainty, I would sort of look at my goal being to continue to foster or to maintain a love for learning. What that means is if your child puts up a fight in a certain area, then maybe we don't push that at the start. We find other ways to connect them with learning. So perhaps it's by giving them choice as to what they're learning about on a given day. So maybe they wake up one day and they decide, today I'm going to be learning about dinosaurs, or I'm going to be learning about machines. And they can choose a topic, and depending on their developmental stage, you can sort of vary what they're going to do about it. So if the child is quite young, maybe they're looking up a video on YouTube about dinosaurs, and maybe their job is to create a short sentence about the video. If your child is still not at that level, maybe they, in terms of their skill sets, maybe their job is to think about one word related to dinosaurs that they can learn, and that's their goal for learning on that day. Now, if your child is older, then maybe you're creating more of a story in terms of the dinosaur, or creating a bit of a report. Maybe, and you can vary that. Maybe you're doing that through writing. Maybe you're doing it through artwork. Maybe you're doing through oral skills. So again, the idea here is that if your child is going to learn, what you're doing is you're maintaining an interest in how they're learning. And so if at the end of this COVID-19, even if we're not making gains with some of the curriculum, if you can maintain that love for just asking questions, figuring things out with guidance, of course, then I would say that you've done your job. So again, focus on continuing that love for learning, making it as interesting as possible, and that could be taking a subject and just adapting it in terms of what you're asking them to do, and even if you're making connections with friends in terms of you're using video chats, then maybe they can present to each other, those type of things. And so again, I would sort of de-emphasize the idea of curriculum at this point and emphasize the love for learning. Okay, thank you.